What's up, guys? So today's topic gonna be about Enneagram Wings. Are they useless or are they useful? Now, how to determine your wing. Wings have been created by no other than Riso Hudson, and he has made those little silly descriptions and oddly specific behavioral differences, but he doesn't. There's no dichotomies. There's no real way of typing yourself. It leads to a lot of confusion. At some point, we all probably went to Google, tried to tell the difference between one wing on the other, and landed on Reddit, which probably made it even worse. Many people make their own twists how they perceive those wings, and sometimes it's really silly, like 3 wing 2 likes people a lot, 3 wing 4 is selfish, like stuff like that, like extreme stuff. That's crazy. That's how I would call it. It's just crazy. One thing you have to remember before all of this is that your type is the most important. Your type does not change. The wings don't change your type. And don't ever expect your wing to make you look so much different than every other type. I've seen, especially with 8 core, this happens all the time, you know? If you go to PDB and you click, and I'm telling you, this is a challenge for you. If you click 8 wing 9, top 20 characters on that list will be mistyped. People treat wings as it's a completely different concept. You know, you're a wing 9, so you're completely different. You're like a bear who only attacks when he's feeling some type of, when you cross his territory, which is weird because both types, you know, A wing 7 and A wing 9 are both expansive, assertive, and always want more. So it doesn't make sense, right? It's senseless if you really think about it. Remember, you're still the same type. Wings are extremely simple, like very gentle differences. To me, they're temperamental differences. Slight temperamental differences is how I would personally call it based on my observation. Keep it simple, keep it nice and simple. Don't overcomplicate it, because trust me, if you overcomplicate wings, you'll get confused. 4 core, for example, right? You have 4 wing 3 and 4 wing 5. With 4 wing 5, obviously, there's 5 wing. You can assume the energy is gonna be more inwards, right? Again, more inwards, more guarded, and not as externally focused. Simple as. With 4 wing 3, it's a much more extravagant, much more externally focused, chatty, kind of, again, more expressive manifestation of the type. That's not going to be as withdrawn when it comes to their manifestation. You can also associate that with certain wings at times, you know, like 4 wing 3 is going to be sexual 4, because again, sexual 4 is the histrionic and very expressive 4 core. So why would that be a 4 wing 5? So naturally, that temperamental flavor leans to 4 wing 3. So for an SP, obviously SP4 is going to be 4 wing 5. Naturally, it's a more withdrawn, more kind of guarded type. So that's kind of how you tell the difference. In this case, with 8's also simple. Aim wing 7 is going to be much more extroverted, much more expansive, manic almost. Again, think sexual 8. That's basically an archetype of that. Very sexual 8, bombastic and crazy. A wing 9 is going to be a bit more pulled away, much more stable. Again, more stable, more controlled, not as chaotic. But they're both 8 cores. They're both very aggressive and very assertive types, so that doesn't really change. Some people might even think of it like A wing 7 has a lot of sanguine temperament, and the A wing 9 has more phlegmatic blend or melancholic blend. So that's kind of how you can look at it also. Temperamental differences, literally. So there are some ways to kind of look at it that way, and my opinion would be don't overcomplicate the concept. Keep it nice and simple, and if you can figure it out, bounce, dude. Literally bounce. Don't even care. Forget about the wings and just type as a subtype. Sometimes it's as simple as an energy, right? More pulled in, more extroverted, more expansive, more, you know, I guess that's as simple as that. Don't tell me that you're one wing 2 and your 2 wing is so strong that you think you're a 2 core. I don't think you understand the concept of Enneagram if you're asking me those questions or asking anyone those questions. So that's it, guys. That's what I think this is. And again, if you have any questions, ask down below. I'm sure gonna respond.